Hello there, and welcome to the latest update video in the series of update videos, apparently, for Brawl Stars the Brawl Stars update in whatever month this is. December? I don't know. Does something happen in December? Oh yeah, updates for all of the things. So, yes, Brawl Stars update video number 3. In this particular video, I am covering a couple of things. The most notable, which you've probably already noticed, is showing off the new game style, gameplay mode, whatever you want to call it, that is currently, it's not currently available, it's going to be available, it's available in the update. And this is map, or mode, or type of game 1 of 2, which means there's another one, right? This is called Robo Rumble. Currently, I don't know if that's a working title. That might actually change before this goes live to the publics. Now, Robo Rumble, pretty straightforward goal, as you can probably already see from what's happening here. The idea is, excuse me, you have to survive wave after wave after wave after wave after wave after wave of robots, and they progressively get to be higher and higher level. Well, not higher level, but higher in damage, and you get more and more and more, and eventually you'll be overwhelmed, and your safe down there, which you're trying to protect, will get destroyed. So, a couple of big important things that I've learned trying this out, and I just want to share. Number one, that I didn't realize, is apparently the bad guys, the robots, can spawn anywhere on the map, and that includes right on top of the safe. So you probably noticed at the very beginning, the three of us, I believe it's Radical Roche and Arlight and myself in this particular game, we all kind of charged forward. We tried to push up to the front, and we thought, oh yeah, this will be awesome, we'll go to the front, we'll kill some dudes, and then the safe was suddenly at 40% health, and we were losing. The reason for that is because a robot spawned on top of the safe, and, well, that's not cool. That's not cool at all, guys. So, even though we kind of started the game mode at 40% health, we still lasted 3 minutes, which is not bad at all. I gotta give it to the guys. They got the skills to get us through. Now, with Robo Rumble, you might notice all the walls hanging around here. Those are indestructible. So right now I'm playing with Spike. I can't really show it, but if I were, say, using, well, Shelly, because we've got Dragon on Shelly right there, if you use her super and shoot at the wall will not get broken. Same goes for, say, Colt or Primo, if he does his, like, elbow drop onto a wall, Dynamite, etc., etc. None of them will break through the walls. The walls are indestructible, which is kind of a good thing, because, let's be honest, you probably want to keep those walls there. Right now, they're super, super useful for funneling the bad guy robots into specific paths. It allows you to set up a defense. You can kind of run around. You can use the walls for, say, protecting a turret. I don't know. So, definitely, it's an interesting game mode. It's a lot of fun, and it's kind of crazy when it starts getting to the higher levels. You really get amped up really quickly. Now, I know what you're probably thinking. Beard, how do we play this? Well, okay, maybe you're not thinking that at all, but let me tell you anyways. So what happens is, for this game mode, it's one of 2 game modes, which you unlock with tokens, or tickets, sorry. The tickets are tokens. Tokens? Wait, no, tickets. I can't even remember the words. Anyways, so what you do is when you unlock your chests where you'd say try getting elixir, well, now it's bolts, but where you get bolts and brawlers and things like that, now you can also get tickets in those boxes, and you can use those tickets almost in like a gambling style of format. I don't know how to really explain it, but when you start this game mode, which unlocks every, I want to say it's 5 days, or, well, this game mode or the other, you've got it every 5 days, and what happens is you can play and you can either spend 1, 5, 10, or 20 tickets. Now, for each ticket rank that you put in, you get more loot. So say you play and you get to stage 20 and you put in 1 ticket, you're going to get 1 times payout. But if you were to put in 20 tickets, you get a 20 times payout, which is freaking awesome. Now, that being said, I guess it kind of depends on if you think you're going to do very, very well and you just want to get max loot, or if you think you're not going to do that well, you want to stretch it out. Or I guess it could also depend on how many tickets you have. Like, if you got tickets to burn anyways, then why the heck not, right? And then, you know, you gotta kind of play it by ear, I guess. So, oh man, those bosses just get so powerful and do so much damage. It's gnarly. So yeah, depending on kind of how you want to play it, you can unlock it that way. So you pay those tickets that you got from your Brawl boxes, and you gain access to it. You go through and you play. This, like I said, is one of 2 game modes. The other one we'll cover in a few minutes' time, I guess. So, in the Rumble, just because, you know, I've had a chance to kind of play around, I would strongly suggest you choose Brawlers with a fast reload time and a high burst damage rate. I'm sorry, but you know, the Princess, aka Piper, and Rocket Raccoon, aka Brock, not gonna do the greatest. You need those reloads for the fast waves as things kind of pick up at the higher levels. And honestly, Spike, Barley, Jessie, Jessie for the waves at least, maybe not so much for the bosses. You gotta be careful there. You gotta, like, plan your strategy. You probably want to have one brawler that can deal with the waves really well, and then maybe another 2 brawlers or 1 brawler that can deal with bosses really well, and then you can have, like, the utility brawler who's kind of a mix, or, you know, split it up. Now, that being said, we're going to move on to game mode number 2. Mode number 2 is, well, this. It is called Boss Brawl, and the whole idea is 6 people queue up for a game. One of those 6 people get chosen as the boss, and something breaks loose. It's as far as I'm aware, random as to who gets picked as the boss, but you can see you're a little bit bigger than, say, a normal brawler. You have a whole lot more hit points, and you've got 5 people that you queued up with trying to kick your butt. So, from playing it, I'm pretty sure that speed is increased also for the boss brawler when they're not slowed by you know, Spike's speed strip. But speed is increased, your health is increased, I think your damage might even be increased. And as you can see, Power Bang here is running around like a boss, just blowing up everybody, and doing a fan-freaking-tastic job of it. So, with this mode, it's unlocked the exact same way. You need to collect your tickets, you wager your tickets, for lack of a better way of putting it, and then you jump into this game mode 6 on 6. Now, when you queue up for this, I'm pretty sure in matchmaking, it will not allow you to be in the same band, so you don't have to worry about, you know, your one bandmate being the boss brawler and the rest of your bandmates trying to kill him. No, you're safe, assuming, I guess, that the pool of players will allow for it. Now, along with that, you kind of have to be careful, because when you queue up, you don't want to be a brawler that would, say, be really good as the boss, but kind of suck as the non-boss. For example, I don't know, Nita? Nita as a boss is pretty intense. As you can see, when she drops that bear does some serious damage. It moves super fast and is just all around bossy. Or berry. Maybe both. And it's kicking the crud out of my poor bear. Now, the problem with Nita as the non-boss is you gotta get in close to do some damage, and as you can see, when the boss Nita hits you, I'm taking around 1,400 damage and only doing 1,000, so, you know, and yes, I'm rounding, don't worry. So, be very careful. Again, Piper may be a little on the dangerous side. I'm just throwing that out there. I don't know how the reload would work and if it would have any problems, but be careful of the brawlers you choose. I feel like Colt and Rico would once again absolutely rule in this game mode, just because of that fast reload and high burst damage capability. And, I don't know. Good luck, guys. It's a lot of fun. I wonder how the new brawler Daryl would do. That might actually be kind of interesting, like a boss-sized Daryl rolling around in the barrel doing some craziness. I kind of want to see that. Anyways, just to recap also on some of the things that are going on in this update. Number one being elixirs are no more. The elixirs are now going to be bolts. And if you've got elixirs already on your pre-existing account, they're going to be converted over to bolts. Now, this is late-breaking news that I have gotten my hands on. It looks like the bolts are going to convert at a rate of 40 to 1. So if you've got one elixir, it's going to convert into 40 different bolts, which I know seems like a lot, and it seems kind of crazy, but I assure you, it actually works out really well. So, if you've got, say, a maxed Shelly, just because I like to pick on Shelly, or Rico, because I'm using Rico maybe, I don't know. If you've got a maxed brawler, whoever that brawler may happen to be, at the update, you're going to lose all the elixirs on that brawler. You're going to then get all of your elixirs that you've spent on that brawler back in the form of bolts. Now, you're going to have extra bolts, obviously, which is important because you're going to have the extra new layer of upgrades. You're going to also have the, I guess, star power, which, actually, while I remember, just a quick errata, previously in my earlier video, I said the star power was going to cost 700 bolts to unlock. It looks like they've already upped that in the dev version, so it's probably going to be 1,000 bolts. Again, everything could possibly change because this is not the production or the live server, so things, you know, tend to change a lot. Along with those changes, you've got the regular upgrades for each section. Along the right-hand side, they're going to cost extra bolts and whatnot. So it works out really, really nicely. If you get a little extra bolts, you can get almost the whole thing. So people who are maxed, hooray, you're going to get to do something fun and exciting again and continue upgrading your character. And people who have maybe misspent their elixirs and want a chance to kind of respec certain brawlers, now is your chance. You're going to get those elixirs back, you'll put them into bolts, you'll be able to buy the upgrades, and live happily ever after. Along with this, obviously, you can see all the damage and hit points and everything on all these brawlers are not what you would expect them to be, or they're different than what you would think. That is because everything has been multiplied by 4. So all the brawlers have 4 times the hit points and do 4 times the damage that they used to do before. This isn't a bad thing. This is just done by Supercell so they can have more flexibility when trying to do balancing changes, for example. So don't freak out when you see all kinds of weird numbers. That's totally normal as of after the update. Also, another exciting thing, probably more for people who are maxed out, there's no longer going to be a cap on coins. So right now there's a 9,999 coin cap. That cap, all kinds of gone. You're going to be able to have as many coins as you could possibly want. Now, partially probably because people are going to want to burn their coins so they can buy the brawler boxes, so they can get tickets, so that they can play these crazy new games and get all kinds of loot and have all kinds of fun. That being said, if you got extra gold coins, just hook a brother up, you know? The dog approves of this message, as you can tell. I'm in desperate need of some coins. I'm so close to being able to buy a legendary, and because the chips are going away, I need to get that legendary brawler before the update, because otherwise things are going to go horribly bad. It's just one of those things. Like, I really don't want to risk it, because after the update, you can't buy brawlers for chips anymore, which means it's purely luck, and you've got to figure out a way of getting that brawler without losing your mind. And I've got the worst luck, so you know how it is. Anyways, all in all, this December update is an awesome early Christmas present from Supercell. Fantastic job by all of them. It is super fun. The new game modes are awesome, especially the boss brawl. You got to get in here and you got to try it. I haven't been lucky enough to be the boss yet, but from the reviews I've heard from all the people who have been able to be the boss, it's freaking amazing. Anyways, guys, thanks very much for watching. Hopefully this has been helpful. Hopefully it's been entertaining. And above all else, hopefully you guys have a fantastic day.